To survive an earthquake, the most important action is to drop, cover, and hold on. If inside, drop to the ground, take cover under a sturdy piece of furniture like a desk or table, and hold on to it until the shaking stops. If there's no sturdy furniture, get next to an interior wall and protect your head and neck. If outdoors, move to an open area away from buildings, trees, and power lines, and drop to the ground, covering your head and neck. Here's a more detailed breakdown. If indoors, drop, immediately get down on your hands and knees. Cover, take cover under a sturdy desk or table, or find an interior wall or corner. Hold on, securely hold on to your shelter, or protect your head and neck, until the shaking stops. Stay inside, don't run outside during the shaking, as this is when most injuries occur. Avoid windows, mirrors, and anything that could fall or break. If in bed, stay in bed and protect your head with a pillow. If outdoors, move to open space. Get away from buildings, trees, power lines, and anything that could fall. Drop to the ground, covering your head and neck. Stay put, remain in that position until the shaking stops. If in a vehicle, pull over to a safe area away from buildings, overpasses, and power lines, and stay in the vehicle until the shaking stops. After the earthquake, check for injuries, be aware of yourself and others who may be injured. Assess the situation, check for damage to your surroundings, including your home. Be aware of aftershocks, these can be just as dangerous as the main quake. Follow instructions from authorities, listen to local news and emergency officials. Prepare an emergency kit, having a kit with essential supplies can be helpful in the aftermath. To survive a tsunami, the most crucial action is to move to higher ground or inland as quickly as possible, away from the coast and waterways. If you are near the coast and feel an earthquake, immediately evacuate inland or to high ground. Listen to emergency alerts and warnings, and follow the instructions of local emergency personnel. If evacuation is impossible, seek higher floors of a sturdy building or climb a tree as a last resort. Here's a more detailed breakdown. During a tsunami warning, evacuate immediately, do not wait for the tsunami to arrive. If you are in a tsunami hazard zone and receive a warning, leave the area immediately. Get to higher ground, move inland as far as possible, ideally at least 1 mile, or to an elevation of 100 feet or more above sea level. If you are in the water, go out to sea or try to grab onto something that floats. Listen to emergency information. Stay tuned to radio, television, or other media for updates and follow the instructions of emergency officials. Avoid downed power lines, they can pose a serious hazard during and after a tsunami. If you are in a boat, if you are at sea, head out to deeper water, away from the coast. If you are caught in a tsunami, grab onto something that floats. If you are in the water, try to find a floating object to hold on to. Climb to higher ground if possible. If you can, try to climb to a higher floor of a sturdy building or a tree. Important considerations. Know your area. Familiarize yourself with tsunami hazard zones in your area and evacuation routes. Prepare an emergency plan. Have a plan in place for how to evacuate and communicate with family members during a tsunami. Be aware of natural signs. Pay attention to unusual changes in sea level, such as a sudden rise or fall. Stay informed. Monitor local news and emergency alerts for information about potential tsunami threats.